Hi there and welcome back to another Papetti Math YouTube video tutorial where I'm going to be teaching you, yes you, Algebra 1. And in this video we're going to continue on with this thing called function notation. And in the last two videos we looked at how to evaluate based on a function that was given to us. Now in exercise number 3 we're given two functions, g of x and k of x. And based on parts A, B, and C we're going to have to evaluate the following. First thing we want to look at is k of 4. So if we see k of 4, we're going to be using this function over here. So instead of x, there's a 4. So instead of x, we're going to substitute in a 4. So k of 4 is actually going to be equal to 1/2 times 4, because it said 1/2 x, plus 6. So k of 4 is going to be half of 4 is 2. 2 plus 6 is 8. So we just evaluated k of x for the value of 4, and we got 8 as a solution. Now in part B, it says g of x is equal to 20. So again, if we remember from the last video, g of x equals 20 is something different than g of 20. This does not say g of 20. No way. What this says is that all of g of x is equal to 20. So we're going to be replacing g of x with the value of 20. So instead of g of x, I write 20. And then I recopy the rest of that function, 12 minus 2x. So now I'm going to have to isolate my variable to solve for the exact value of x. So I'll subtract 12 from both sides, and I'll be left with 8 is equal to negative 2x. Finally, I'm going to divide by negative 2, and I'm going to get negative 4 is equal to x. So this is the same thing as saying g of negative 4 is equal to 20. And if you were to go back and substitute negative 4 in for x up here, you'd get 20 as an answer. So when you're given g of x is equal to a number, you're going to substitute in for all of that g of x right there. When you're given g of a number, you substitute in for just x. Now in part C, we have k of x equals 5. So similar to part B, we're going to substitute in for this whole k of x right now. We're going to take that out and replace it with a 5 equals 1/2 x plus 6. Again, we have to isolate this variable, so we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. We'll be left with negative 1 is equal to 1/2 x. If you remember, if you were watching back in the chapter 1 videos, you could divide by 1/2 here, but I'm not a fan of dividing by 1/2. Instead, I like to multiply by the reciprocal. So I'm going to multiply both sides over here by 2 over 1, or just 2. So they'll cancel out, and I'll be left with x is equal to 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. And again, this is the same thing over here as saying that k of negative 2 is equal to 5. So this concludes our video on exercise number 3, where we evaluated 3 different things based on 2 different functions. And if this video is helpful to evaluate these 3 exercises based on these 2 functions, please give the video a thumbs up to let me know that I helped you out in Algebra 1. You're now ready for exercise number 4, and you can click on the link in this video to take you right there. Thank you for watching.